welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, to another news round video on the channel today. And I have to say, when it comes to a brand new week with Barcelona, who knows what is going to happen? Anything could come out, anything could take a step forward, and in today's video we do have the latest on Matthijs de Ligt with regard to his potential move to Barcelona. We have once again topic of discussion on our left-back search and potential developments going on in that area. We have a brand new centre-forward who's been linked to Barcelona, who's not Antoine Griezmann, and last but not least, the latest on Lionel Messi's quest for another Ballon d'Or. Will it happen at the end of the year? All of that and some more. It's coming right up, guys. Let's do this. And so, if we first of all kick off with the latest news on Matthijs de Ligt, will he be coming to Barcelona or won't he this summer? That is the big question right now. And to basically give you an overview of exactly what's happening, because things do seem to have broken down. There's a lot of silence in some areas, there's a lot of noise in others, Man United, PSG potentially involved. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to give you the latest from the English media, from the Spanish media, and also from the French media in regard to the latest on Matthijs de Ligt. And I want to kick off here by something ESPN said in regard to the English media and how Man United are feeling right now with regard to this transfer, because they came out and said basically that Man United really want de Ligt, and that's been widespread media right throughout here in the UK. United are really keen on de Ligt. They want to bring him in. He'll be a marquee signing to really lead them forward in some quite difficult times here for Man United, and in order to do that they're going to pay him whatever he wants. They know Raiola well, they'll give in to his kind of demands. But at the same time, ESPN and other sources as well in the UK have come out and said United have got a feeling that the deal is kind of away from them, that he don't really have any control right now on this particular deal, because they feel like everything was already done. They feel like 2 months ago Barcelona came in, it was agreed with de Ligt, the two clubs, Ajax and Barcelona, have had an agreement now for some time, and Man United feel it doesn't matter what they do right now, it doesn't matter how hard they try, how much money they're going to put on the table, they feel deep down like de Ligt is in Barcelona, and right now it could just be a formality. Which makes it even more intriguing when you cross over to the Spanish media, the Barcelona side of things, and things there are very pessimistic. Nobody there really seems to think de Ligt right now is fully on the cards. They're even starting to talk in the local media about the likes of Todibo potentially stepping up. Maybe de Ligt won't be brought in after all. And in the Spanish media, things are very calm. They don't really seem to think de Ligt right now is moving closer to Barcelona, and this is very interesting to me. There's one or two things that could be happening here right now. Number one, Barcelona are playing everything down. They clearly do not want to pay what Mino Raiola wants. They don't want to up their fee, they don't want to up the wages, they want to pay exactly what has been agreed previously, and they will not go up on that. So what they might actually be doing here is just playing things down, just playing it cool and basically saying, you know what, we're not interested in de Ligt, we've got other targets, we can go to other routes, we're not dependent on signing Matthijs de Ligt. And for that reason then, it may force Raiola and his client just to drop those demands and actually settle for what was apparently previously agreed. That's the first thing that could be happening. So Barcelona just playing the media here and just playing things down just to get things back on side and just really to get de Ligt and his agent agreeing on what they want. Number two, and the possibility here is, maybe we have moved on. Maybe we are in the process right now of moving on and saying, look, we do have Todibo, it is a lot of money that's going to be going on de Ligt. Is it better spent in other areas? Can we actually here promote from within, in the sense that Todibo was brought in January for very little money? Can we now bring him into the first team and potentially he could be the man to step up if we need him, along with the likes of Umtiti, Longley, Gerard Piqué as well, and basically stick what we've got. So two possible things there that's going on right now with regards to Barcelona. They may be closing in on de Ligt, maybe they're just keeping it quiet, or maybe they are actually starting to move on. We're going to have to wait and see. But in the French media, PSG may be doing the same sort of thing, because right now they're certainly interested in Matthijs de Ligt. They do want to join negotiations, but they also feel like Man United, maybe they're coming too late here. Maybe they actually missed the boat. Maybe it's gone. Maybe it's leaving for Barcelona. And PSG, according to local media in France right now, are not only interested in Matthijs de Ligt, but they're also turning their attention to Napoli's Koulibaly, and he could be their centre-back signing this summer. So clearly they're PSG already, potentially looking to other targets, but at the moment it's a game of cat and mouse. Right now, nothing is off the table, nothing is on the table. Things are very much in the balance with regard to Barcelona, with regard to de Ligt, and it's all about these wage demands. Barcelona significantly want to lower those. They're not going to bow to Raiola, and personally, I think that's a good thing. But as of right now, on de Ligt to Barca, we're just going to have to wait and see. But if we move on to our potential left-back search, obviously in my last news roundup video we did speak quite a lot about Junior Firpo of Real Betis, and Sport have continued to talk about him in the local media, and they've actually gone on to say not only are we interested in Junior Firpo, but also right now we may look to include some of the players that we want to offload this summer in a potential deal. And this is a bit of a theme today, right throughout the news roundup, of just using these players to try and get rid of them, but also then incorporate them in deals that we want to do. Rafinha and Barcelona B player Juan Miranda could apparently enter the operation to bring Firpo to the Camp Nou this summer. Apparently both Rafinha and Juan Miranda were both asked about specifically by Real Betis when initial discussions took place over Junior Firpo just a few weeks' time. Betis clearly have an interest in both of those players. They definitely do in Rafinha, who they were talking to in January, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see now whether those two players can come into play, whether we can incorporate them in this kind of deal, and if we do that, can we get the transfer fee nice and low for what is here, like we were saying before, a very good player. However, that's the sports side of things. On the other side of things, in Mundo Deportivo and also in Market in the Madrid media, they continue to link us to Felipe Luis. He may be coming to Barcelona this summer if those reports are to be believed. Felipe Luis's contract at Atletico Madrid runs out on the 1st of July. From that moment on then, he'll be a free agent able to sign for free. Of course, you have the wages and the signing on fee, but essentially no transfer fee with regard to that one. Felipe Luis right now apparently is still weighing up his options. He wants to join Barcelona. He apparently has offered himself in his services to the club, but as of right now, Barcelona are taking their time. They're weighing up their options as well, and they haven't been drawn yet on a decision for Felipe Luis. But certainly, according to MD and the Madrid media, Luis is also on the radar. He is an option, even there, at the age of 33. But away now from the defensive side of things, it is time to talk about the attacking positions in our team. And of course, we've been heavily linked with Antoine Griezmann over the past few weeks, and that is certainly still ongoing, and he is still the clear favourite to come in this summer and reinforce the number 9 position at Barcelona. But there also is another man, as reported once again by Sport. He was on the cover, front and central. Rodrigo Moreno of Valencia has been heavily linked to Barcelona over the past few days from Sport. And there's no denying, straight away, there's no denying that Rodrigo Moreno is a very, very good player. He's good in front of goal, he's a good mover, he's certainly good and very much suited to the Spanish style of play and in the Spanish league. And we saw that in the Copa del Rey final and right the way through last season and also the season before when he really came into his own at Valencia. However, this is a player right here with a release clause of 120 million euros. That's his release clause, and apparently Valencia want that money. They're not going to let him go for anything less, so if Rodrigo is being linked to Barcelona, it is for that release clause right there, and he has scored this season 8 La Liga goals. 8 La Liga goals, 120 million euros. Sport go on to say basically that Barcelona obviously want to try and lower that fee, and they could attempt to use Valencia's interest in both Jasper Cillessen and Denis Suarez, much like the Real Betis deal. 2 players there we want to get rid of, but we could use it there to actually lower that 120 millions that it would take to sign Rodrigo. But even with those 2 players, it would still be a very, very expensive operation here for a 28-year-old forward, and I just don't really see us, and I don't think we should be going down that road. The irony is here, we're talking about a 28-year-old, like I say, who'd cost huge, huge money, and Valencia, on the other hand, if they do get rid of Rodrigo this summer, they're reportedly in talks to replace him with Celta's 22-year-old Uruguayan centre-forward, Maxi Gomez. We've been linked to him in the past, he's a very good player also. He scored 5 more times this season than Rodrigo in La Liga. His release clause, 40 million euros. If we go out, spend massive money on Rodrigo, for me, that would not make any sense. So make of what you will from this report from Sport. And finally, guys, it is time now to talk about the Ballon d'Or, and of course that is in relation to Lionel Messi, who has not won the award since 2015, and even when you look back there at 2015, it took a historic treble and a real unbelievable season to actually give him there the individual accolade that he very much deserved. And that's the thing with Messi. With other players, you could get by, you can win a few awards, you can win a few trophies, and suddenly your name is in the hat. But with Messi, he seemingly has to do the impossible time and time and time again and win everything just to be considered, when of course this award should be down to individual performance. That's what the award is. It's not a team award. You don't give it out to the best team, the most successful team. It's an individual player award for the best player in the world. And obviously, given Ronaldo and Messi's competition, those two are often thought about with a trophy. Ronaldo, of course, won Serie A this season, but hasn't performed as incredibly well as you may have expected, not actually there topping the Serie A goal-scoring charts. So at the same time, we've been thinking all season long the biggest competitor for that Ballon d'Or title would be Virgil van Dijk, and even more so, of course, after Liverpool won the Champions League on Saturday. Virgil van Dijk, though, was asked about the Ballon d'Or after the game on Saturday, after he'd become European champion. He was asked, do you feel now like you can go on and win the Ballon d'Or should you be winning this award? And he actually turned around, and I have to say, this is fantastic from such a good player that is Virgil van Dijk. He said the following: I think Messi is the best player in the world, so I think he deserves it as long as he plays. It doesn't matter if he's not here in the Champions League final, he's still the best in the world. And that there from Virgil van Dijk, who of course after the game could have come out and said, yes, I think that I should win it, I'm the most successful player, but he didn't do that. Very, very honest, and also, you've got to accept it here, very, very true. Van Dijk, a wonderful player, has been outstanding this season in Liverpool's Champions League winning team, but obviously you look at the side of Messi, it's individual quality. He is the best player in the world. He's been the best player this year, no doubt about it, not only this year, but for many, many years now, and this year specifically, we have to see him win this award. We have to see him win this award if it truly is a reward that merits the individual quality, the best quality from an individual player. It has to go to Messi. But of course, the Ballon d'Or over the past few seasons has been an absolute shambles. So, as always, with these kind of things, we've got to wait and see. It's out of our hands. And so that does bring us to an end to today's news, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. As always, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below from all the topics that we have discussed in today's video. I do look forward to seeing those. Thank you, as always, for getting involved. And of course, you can bank on it. More videos coming up soon. But until then, as always, Vesca El Barça.